the importance of decision intelligence. My guest is Fred Laluyaux. He is president and CEO of Aera Technology. Hello, Fred.
How are you?
I'm good, and I would appreciate your help with this term, decision intelligence, which has become a super hot topic right now.
Indeed.
Why? What is the importance of decision intelligence in today's supply chains?
So, a quick definition, right? Decision intelligence is the automation and augmentation of decision making, right? You think about it as digitizing decisions. Why does it matter today, and why is it important in supply chain? Because the volume of decisions that supply chain professionals have to handle, the complexity, the need to have those decisions close to the point of impact, all of those factors have increased dramatically in this digital age. And that factor has been amplified post-pandemic with a lack of resources available to actually make those resources. We talk about the Great Resignation, the gig economy. You have on one end a demand for accurate, intelligent, and timely decisions that's increasing exponentially. And on the other, the supply, people making decisions that are just not available, not there anymore in the right volume that is required to make those decisions. So that digital approach that makes decisions autonomously, that augments the decision-making power of enterprises, is absolutely paramount these days.
But even if the people were available, we would not want to continue with the manual processes that enabled intelligence and decision-making before. This is the time to automate, is it not?
And I think it's been proven with digital native companies, right? Those that have basically put digital at the center of their decision-making process. They've proven that the performance, from pricing to promotion optimization to logistics, and all this flow is really streamlined in a way that humans operating inside of no traditional supply chain cannot actually reach. So it's talk about decision augmentation and automation. And the augmentation comes from the fact that those digital tools can actually capture the tribal knowledge that sits within the organization, that in itself enables better and smarter decisions over time.
Not only takes the tribal knowledge that was human knowledge, but augments it in a way that was not possible before, because there's just too much information out there for people to handle anymore, right?
It's two dimensions, right? It's the volume. If you think about traditional company, there is classification everywhere. Classification, A, B, C, X, Y, Z. What is it? Why do you have classification? If you think about it, it's to allocate the limited decision-making power to the decisions that have the most impact. You say, okay, I'm going to focus my energy, my team, my knowledge, my decision-making power on those products, those customer segments, and so on and so forth. So decision intelligence brings scale. You basically enable the decision-making to be applied across the set of decisions that have to be made. And the second is the intelligence, right? It takes time to learn how to make the right decision. And the tools, the compute capability, the intelligence, the data science capabilities are there to really augment that. And that is also amplified by the fact that the decisions that we're asking operators to make are getting more and more complex. There are more dimensions to it. They have to be made faster. If you think about sustainability as a business dimension that has to be incorporated in every decision that you make, it just becomes impossible to manage. You need computer systems to actually help you do that. And that's exactly what decision intelligence helps you achieve.
Well, we can see the value of decision intelligence to supply chain leaders, but is it not also of equal value to the entire enterprise, to the entire supply chain? Explain to me how that becomes so much more important.
Decision intelligence is not limited or it's to supply chain. You're absolutely right. It is the digitization of complex decisions. I'll tell you a couple of interesting elements, I believe. One is when you think about digitizing decisions within decision intelligence, you look at the decisions that a company already makes and you say, how can I augment, how can I automate those decisions to get more agility, to get more scale in my organization? But there is also leveraging decision intelligence to actually enable decisions that are currently not made by enterprises. Think about connecting a promotion planning to supply chain. Think about connecting dots that are just not connected in enterprise today. Why? Because the connection is too hard to do from a data perspective, from a speed perspective, from a complexity perspective, and that's what decision enables. So it applies across the enterprise. Within each silo, you can digitize decisions that are currently being made, but also across And that's where you see additional value gains.
On the other hand, I would imagine that there might be some concern among the so-called human decision makers as to saying, well, the way you describe this, it sounds like you're taking me, the human being, out of the equation altogether. Is that not the case?
What we advocate for is going from a world of operators, people, making decisions supported by data, tools, software, to having those machines make the decisions guided by the people. You still need the people to execute a lot of the arbitrage that have to be made on those decisions. What I said earlier is, if you talk to an operator, they'll say there's 80% of the decision that we should be making every day that we cannot make. Right. Too complex, too many, and it's not stopping. It's actually growing exponentially. That's where decision intelligence comes in. It automates what can be automated. It augments can be augmented. But there's so much demand that even if you deploy decision intelligence, you'll see that the operators, they have a lot to do and maybe spend more time resolving the edge cases, reaching out to customers, reaching out to suppliers, spending the time where their human capabilities are best exploited.
Yeah. Can you give me an example of maybe an industry or industries that benefit the most from the application of decision intelligence?
I think when we're at the supply chain conference, so I'll kind of narrow it down to supply chain a little bit, but if you think about the industries that have supply chain at their core, think about consumer packaged good, retail, these industries really exist because of their ability to put the product in front of the consumer at the right time in the right place. Supply chain is core to their business. These are the first organizations that are also disrupted by the different buying patterns from consumers, by all the different trends that we see that impact the way people buy products and goods. So I would say CPG for sure, fast-moving good industry, but we have also a lot of activity in life sciences, oil and gas, manufacturing. So all those industries that rely heavily on supply chain have seen an explosion of the need to decide faster and better, and are leveraging decision intelligence as a result.
Well, thanks, Fred, helping me to understand just what decision intelligence is and its importance to modern-day supply chains. But I do want to take a moment to ask you, where does Aera Technology fit into the picture in terms of enabling decision intelligence?
Well, thanks for the question. So we started Aera a few years back, 5 years ago, and no one was talking about decision intelligence. The category wasn't even defined. But our mission was to build the first decision intelligence platform to deliver the agility, the scale that is required to perform in a digital age. So we are purpose-built basically for decision intelligence. This is the core of what Aera does from its inception. And today we have built a technology called the Decision Cloud that enables large organizations to deploy decision intelligence from supporting manual decision making to automated, to augmented and automated. We call that human in the loop of the decision, human on the loop of the decision, or human out of the loop of the decision. All of that is enabled across supply chain and within the enterprise with Aera Technology.
Again, Fred, thank you so much for helping to understand what decision intelligence is and where Aera Technology fits into the picture. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
I've been speaking with Fred Laluyaux of Aera Technology. Thank you for watching.